coldness of the situation flooded her optimistic warmth, and she started to shudder, feeling as if trapped within Abel's fantastically imaginative mind, but with the gateway to the dire reality before her. Was he right? She thought. Was there a monster down here? Had it done this? She wanted to run, to get away to a new vantage point and calculate what had happened, but there was no time. She was frozen with irrational fear. She had started to cry while trying to leave when suddenly a loud thud came from behind her. Tears of terror and mind exhaustion streamed down her face, and she turned to face the issuer of this sound. Her eyes seemed to belie reality, and in disbelief her eyes darted to the creature in front of her. She noticed the large pair of singular black claws on the beast first, and then the black eyes, and as she inspected her assailant, she started to lose her grip on reality. Staring at Julia with the cannibal's interest sat a crouched, muscular figure, leaning forward on two taloned arms like a mutated gorilla. Due to her first sight of the talons and grotesquely large mandibles on the creature, Julie had figured it to be, for lack of a better explanation, a mutant giant spider. But when the light had finally rested on the thing, Julia noticed in terror that the thing had more human features than those of the eight-legged beast it mimicked. She had mistaken the obscenely large black talons for the front legs of a spider, but now she saw the large human fingers that pressed out of the fur and possibly synthetic hair behind the carved hooks. She looked upon the grotesque black 8 eyes with horror as they seemed to look back at her. But now she noticed that only 2 seemed to glow with the natural shimmer of human eyes. And as she looked past the large furry hanging mandibles, she could see the salivating, leering smile of a lunatic behind an elaborate mask. Confusion and terror flooded Julia's mind as she sat face to face with the half-man, half-synthetic creature. Now she was assaulted by a whole new fear, and as the man-beast scuttled towards her in the gloom, she realized that she was looking upon a grown, crazed man that indeed thought he was a spider. A man whose real eyes glowed beneath an impeccably well-made mask, with hunger, insanity, and a thirst for blood. Her eyes looked upon his real eyes as the man crept towards her with a daunting silence, widening his jaw for a kill. And as she looked at him in her last moments, she thought that his eyes were not human at all now, really, and neither was he, and that in that moment he had finally become the form that his human body belied. He had become the 8-legged predator within himself, the dark cannibal, a real monster in both her world and the world of Abel. She didn't have time to scream.